Hola, Cholo Trucker here, Los Tres Chingones Boxing. Shouts to all the chingones y chingonas. And here we had Mario El Azteca Barrios taking on your Dennis Ugas over the weekend in the undercard of Canelo Charlo. And in my opinion, man, I thought this probably should have been the co-main event. I thought it was going to be a really good fight, and it turned out to be a pretty damn good fight, man. Barrio was only 28 years old, not really having a lot of experience at 147, but at his height, man, he's what, about 6 feet tall. He's a pretty tall guy, Holmes. And I thought he was going to be better at 147, and he's proven to be better at 147. Do not mistake what I'm saying. Do not mistake what I'm saying. I am not saying this guy is going to light up the house at 147. Nah, chale, dog. But he can put on some pretty good fights. Okay. He's not that bad of a fighter. Now, I get it. Not a lot of people heard of Barrios until he fought Tank Davis at 140 with the rehydration clause. Now, Barrios, he was fighting a lot of catch weights over 140 leading up to that. I think leading up to the Tank Davis fight, I think he only made 140 like 2 times. But a lot of his fights were like 142, 143. A lot of these weird catch weights. And I think leading up to Tank Davis, he had only made the 2 fights before he had Tank Davis. I think it's when he made 140. But with Tank putting the rehydration clause, that changes the game. And then he moves up to 147 and has a pretty damn good fight against Keith Thurman. Goes to decision. Of course, they give it to Thurman. There's no way they're going to give it to Barrios. And then he goes on and fights Giovanni Santiago in a pretty damn good fight, beats him there, stops him, as a matter of fact. And then here we are with Denis Ugas. I think Barrios feels a heck of a lot more comfortable at 147. I do see some pretty good stuff with this guy, man. I do see some pretty good skills with him. No way do I think he can take over at 147. Here's the thing, though. We all know it's boxing. Is there a chance that he can become champion at 147? Look, there is. If depending on what happens with Spence and Crawford, if they both end up moving up to 154 and relinquish the titles, yeah, I think there is some path that he can be champion. I don't think he can ever be dominant. I don't favor him over guys like Boots Ennis or my boy Connor Ben or any of these guys. I don't favor him. I think he could put up a good fight, but I don't favor him. Absolutely not, man. But look, your Dennis Ugas, man, he's what, 37, gonna be 38 or something like that. He, in my opinion, is a washed fighter. He had one fight, I think, in 21, one fight in 22, and this is his first fight in 23. So, in the last 3 years, he's only had 3 fights. And I'm not really sure how much more he really has to give outside of doing what he did over the weekend, fighting a more young, hungrier fighter just to see what he's really got. I think this is it for you, Dennis Ugas. I think this is, if he continues with his career, this is the position that he's going to be in. But nonetheless, man, Mario Barrios, are you guys a believer in Barrios now? Again, I'm not saying this guy is great. I'm not even really saying this guy is good. I'm just saying he's good enough to put on some good fights. And he's pretty exciting to watch, man. That's all I'm saying. Win, lose, or draw, he's good enough to entertain. And yeah, man, I am interested. I'm interested to see what they do next with Mario El Azteca Barrios. Cholo Trucker, Los Tres Chingones Boxing. I'll catch you guys on next one.